Welcome. This is an overview of the religious education program for Good Shepherd Parish for the school year 2020-21. We have prepared a family prayer bag for each family with the supplies that you can use to get started with this at-home faith formation program. Inside the family bag you will find the first unit of the Gospel Weeklies for each of your children pre-K through 8th grade. Along with it, a coordinating catechism handbook that goes with their weeklies that will be used throughout the year. Also, there is a Catholic family prayer book, and this prayer book has many traditional Catholic prayers and devotions in the back section, but the first two sections talk about the benefits of having a prayer life, different prayer forms, and how to encourage your child in their prayer life. And finally, a family prayer box. The family prayer box was assembled to help your children create a prayer center or corner in your home or in their room. The box has a few things to decorate the center and a green cloth, the color of our current liturgical season of ordinary time. This at-home approach for religious education is different from the setting we've been used to, and we looked at many options before making this move. You may remember that in the past we used individual grade level books for grades K through 8 from Loyola Press called Christ Our Life, and they served us very well. They were approved by the bishops. They are used in many of the Catholic schools in our diocese. They are teacher and student friendly and perfect for our religious education program. Until COVID. With all the changes this year, we found that families were being stretched in ways we could have never imagined. And what we don't want to do is to send home another set of textbooks for you to manage with each of your children. We don't want to create another required Zoom or Google Classroom event for each of your children. But we don't want to give up and not offer you and your children tools for learning and growing in faith and prayer. What we do want to do is provide tools for you and your family to grow in faith, to keep the Sabbath holy, and to share the gospel. We want to support parents as they share their faith with their children in the perfect place to learn about God's love, in the family. And we want to be part of Good Shepherd's efforts to make Sunday Mass and prayer as available as possible in difficult situations. With these thoughts in mind, we moved to using the Gospel Weeklies published by Pflaum. They allow families to do faith formation as a family, everyone learning and sharing the same readings. They help children think about the scriptures in new ways with games, skits, and activities. There are 5 different publications or levels for the weeklies, each written for an age group. Seeds is for pre-K, Promise for kindergarten and first, Good News for 2nd and 3rd, Venture for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and Vision for 7th grade and up. You'll find a date in the upper right-hand corner of each of the weeklies. Every weekend, each level of the Gospel Weekly centers on the same gospel, the gospel for that particular Sunday. So your whole family will be discussing the same scriptures, but each will be challenged at their own level. For each level of the Gospel Weeklies, you'll find a short parent guide online for each Sunday. In late October, Unit 2 of the Gospel Weeklies will be ready to pick up, along with a few more items for your family prayer box. Pickup dates and times will be announced. As with many things, we don't know when we'll get back into the classrooms. Good Shepherd catechists are hoping and praying that they will see their students again soon. But our classrooms are not large, and we do not want to be the place where the thoughtfully set up cohorts or bubbles become disrupted as students from the 12 or more schools that our students represent come together for religious ed, spreading viruses that our community is working hard to contain. We are watching and waiting for a safe return to classroom religious ed. This brings up a concern for children who would normally be ready for first sacraments of reconciliation and Eucharist, or for the sacrament of confirmation next year. As you may know, bishops require a year in the religious ed program prior to the year of sacramental preparation. In order to meet that expectation, we're asking this year's first graders and this year's eighth graders to be intentional about their use of the Gospel Weeklies. The publisher offers an online assessment, a way for students to give feedback on the Gospel Weekly. It's just a few short answer questions. They can fill them out online, and they're emailed to the Religious Ed office. For families without access to the internet, we have paper options. These are short questions and easy to answer. This year has had so many challenges, and there always seems to be just one more thing to do. But in the love of our Lord, we can find strength for this journey. We can focus our priorities and find balance in our family life. If you have any questions or concerns, our contact information is here. We wish you peace and wellness.